The highway at night stretches like a black ribbon under my headlights. The air smells faintly of tar and desert sage, drifting through the open window. I remember the first time the melody came to me, in the stillness of a California evening. After too many hours in the studio, too many cigarettes, too much silence, the words whispered themselves, not fully formed, but haunting. A hotel on a sun-drenched street, people moving like shadows, always somewhere else, but never leaving. It was a place I had never been, yet it felt familiar, strange, and seductive, comforting and dangerous at the same time. I wrote the opening lines softly, almost afraid that if I spoke them too loudly, the night would vanish. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, ... The world was waiting for a story, and somehow I had stumbled onto one. Los Angeles in the mid-70s was a city that glittered in daylight and whispered in shadows. Everyone had a role to play, and most wore masks they didn't even know were there. We were tired, restless, searching for something we couldn't quite name. The Eagles were more than a band. We were a mirror of the city itself, bright lights, long nights, hidden regrets. I sat in the studio with the others, guitars leaning like silent sentinels, drums waiting for a heartbeat to follow. I thought about all the people I'd met, the hotel rooms I'd slept in, the endless corridors of Hollywood dreams. I imagined a hotel that was both inviting and foreboding, a place where music and illusion intertwined. The chords came first, haunting yet simple, like a heartbeat echoing through a hall of mirrors. Then the lyrics arrived, almost on their own. I didn't fully understand the story at first, who these people were, why they couldn't leave, but I felt it. A melancholy settled in my chest, a warning wrapped in velvet. This wasn't just a song, it was a mirror, a cautionary tale, a reflection of the city we loved and feared. And as I played, the others listened, sensing something delicate and dangerous taking shape before us. We tried it again the next evening. Glenn strummed softly, eyes closed, feeling each chord as if it were a living thing. Don Felder added the electric guitar, subtle, yet piercing in its clarity. I hummed the melody quietly at first, then whispered the words, almost like a prayer. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. ... There was a tension in the studio, unspoken, electric. It wasn't conflicted. It was recognition. We all felt the pulse of the city, its beauty and its danger, threading through our music. I imagined the hotel lobby filled with shadows, people with smiles too bright and eyes too dark. Each note carried a story, someone's hope, someone's regret. By the third take, we were no longer playing a song. We were telling a story we hadn't fully seen yet, a dream that felt real. The studio walls seemed to expand, holding the music, the night, and our quiet awe. I realized then that Hotel California was more than a hotel, more than a melody. It was a state of mind, a reflection of the time, a mirror of ourselves, and every chord we played deepened the sense of mystery, of something you could enter but never truly escape. Then came the solo. Felder and Joe Walsh weaving guitars like whispers chasing each other through a desert canyon. I felt my own voice tremble, carrying the lines about mirrors on the ceiling. Ping champang, and the voices that echo through corridors at night. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. ... Like a revelation, it wasn't about hotels or parties. It was about life in Los Angeles. Ambition, temptation, and the subtle trap of chasing a dream that glimmers but never rests. We played together, in perfect silence, letting each note speak the things we couldn't say in words. I glanced around, and for a moment, I saw each of us clearly. Young men chasing music, chasing fame, chasing freedom, and learning slowly that it all comes with shadows. The song became a mirror for us, and perhaps for everyone who would hear it. I knew then that we had something timeless, not because it was perfect, but because it was true. Raw, fragile, dreamlike. And as the final notes faded, the studio felt both larger and emptier than before. We had entered a hotel that existed only in our minds, and for the first time, I understood the story we were telling. Recording the final takes, I closed my eyes. The guitars, the rhythm, the piano, they intertwined like threads of memory and imagination. The lyrics had become our quiet confession. Beauty, danger, longing, regret. Each line resonated with something deep in us, something the city whispered but never admitted. We are all just prisoners here, of our own device. The music carried us beyond ourselves. We weren't performing a song, we were inhabiting a dreamscape, painting it with sound. The solos echoed like footsteps down an endless corridor. Every harmony, every subtle accent told a part of the story we couldn't speak aloud. I felt the night settle over the city, calm but watching. When the last note rang out, it left a quiet emptiness, a hollow glow that lingered in the studio air. We looked at each other, silently acknowledging the creation of something larger than us, larger than music itself. Hotel California wasn't a song. It was a portal into a place everyone could imagine but few could enter, a caution wrapped in beauty. And in that quiet, I whispered to myself, we told the story. They will hear it, and they will know the night. Decades later, I still hear it in the wind, in the distant hum of a desert highway, in the faint echo of hotel lobbies that exist only in dreams. The city changed, the faces changed, but the song remains. It tells the story we felt, the temptation, the allure, the danger hidden behind light and laughter. Every time I play it, I feel that night again, the studio holding its breath, the guitars chasing each other across imaginary corridors. It's a warning, a story, a dream, a memory, and I whisper along with it, softly, as I always do. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. ... double quotes. Some stories never end. Some places never let you go. Some songs are eternal.